pals! Welcome back to Magic with the McMillans. As always, I'm Andrew. That's Janessa. We're really excited to do today's video, so let's get into it. In today's video, we've decided, Janessa and I, to sit down and try and talk about some things that have been coming out in the news or on Instagram or on Twitter or wherever. Twitter, it's X. Sorry, guys.
Same thing.
Same thing. And kind of some things that we see in other videos that we watch, and they've been doing some videos like this, so we feel like we wanted to do one. We've had a few rant videos before that they weren't really rants; they're just us expressing our feelings about things. Mm-hmm. So today's video is gonna be kind of like that. There'll be no, if you're here for the box opening, that's in our previous video, so go check that out. As always, make sure you like and subscribe. We really appreciate it, and we really do appreciate all the love and support we've gotten the last 2 or 3 months. All the new subscribers, all the comments. Just because I can, I'm going to plug it. Make sure you're following us here on YouTube and you're following us on Instagram at Magic at the McMillans.
Magic with the McMillans.
So it's cool. Jess and I are really terrible at it, being on Instagram, but we'd like to start that up and get a little bit more involved with you guys, just on a daily basis, because doing videos is cool and all, but we'd like to get more just conversation, be part of a big community, just like Disney is to Janessa and I. So that being said, let's get into our first topic, which is shopping. Who doesn't love to shop Disney stuff? I mean, we love shopping so much that we order boxes. So
yeah, that's why we do this. We want Disney stuff.
We want Disney stuff. So if you guys haven't seen our last video, make sure you go watch it, like I said. But our big beef, I guess I want to say here, is Mickey Monthly sent us a big souvenir box. One of the most expensive boxes that we've seen in a while, or what we paid for. And it was not worth the money the last couple times. And it's stuff that you could go online and do yourself, right? Like, I'm not buying stuff that's like an exclusive, like you can only buy at Disneyland or Disney World or anything like that. It's stuff at the at-home store, which you can go to, shopdisney.com?
I think you can buy a lot of home decor on that. I've bought home decor from that website, and it's like, that stuff I can buy. And also, you didn't even take the time to go into the park with those stores that we want access to, because it's like this whole secret. Like, you can't get those items until you're in the park and see it yourself. So that was my idea of, like, they need to create something for consumers, because people will buy it. Like a virtual shopping experience, kind of through the Disneyland app, that you could select going to the Emporium. You see what's on the shelf and you can click on that item and buy it. And we would spend that money. We would buy the ears. We would buy the shirts. We would buy everything. We'd buy the Loungefly. I think if we had access to it, we would buy it. And I think as the consumer, and producer, they would make a lot of money, I think, with that, because we have access to that. So that was my idea of, like, make a more virtual experience for us so that we can buy park exclusive items.
That, and I mean, even when you're at the park, right? Like, there's so many stores, and each store seems to hold something different. I personally, as I get older, I don't really care as much, but when I was younger, it was more of, I had to go to like 8 different stores to find 8 different items. I was like, why is there not a centralized spot? Like, I understand what is the store up front? Emporium. It covers a lot of it, but I still have to go to Star Wars Land to get stuff, or I still have to go to California Adventures to get other things. Yeah. Over on Pixar Pier, and so it's hard. Shopping's hard because I wish it was more available to your everyday person. Because buying Disney stuff is expensive. It costs a lot. But we want things that we want to use over and over again, or things that we can put in our house or our homes that you can look at it and go, I'm a big fan of this movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think having that availability would help too for those people that may not be able to afford to go to the park. Maybe they can spare $40 to buy some ears, or spare $50 to buy their, or not 50, it's now like $80 for their Spirit jerseys. But like I know they have a hard time keeping it stocked there, like at World of Disney, like they struggle keeping it stocked, but I just feel like shopdisney.com just never has anything good. It's always back stock. It's always stuff that no one cares about unless it's like the new release of Halloween or Christmas.
I mean, because that brings up the next problem on Shop Disney, right? So Janessa last year and her husband had a baby. Me and my wife had a baby, both girls. And if you go on shopdisney.com, the last time I was on there a couple months ago, you couldn't find anything for baby clothes in sense.
Mm-hmm.
And in our households, they are it's a big aspect of being a Disney fan. I'm going to grow my daughter up just the same way that I grew up, just Disney, and kind of have that same experience.
Mm-hmm.
But Shop Disney just didn't give me that outlet to be able to
put them in Disney princess stuff, or
right.
Like it's only Toy Story or Mickey, just straight Mickey, or anything. Like when we went to Disneyland forever ago, you can look at those videos. I was secretly pregnant at the time, and we were trying to buy onesies for a reveal, and I couldn't find a girl onesie. It was a Mickey Disneyland Resort, and that was it. And it was in the middle of Cars Land of all places.
Yeah, that's right. It was in Cars Land.
It was in the middle of Cars Land, and it was ridiculous. But obviously, yes, we can go to other outlets like Amazon and Walmart to buy these things, which are, yes, more affordable. But at the same time, we love Disney so much that we would buy it from them.
Right. I mean, I feel like they're just missing a big opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone would buy something if the store was stocked better. If it had stuff that we actually couldn't buy or hadn't seen before, be like, oh, we should go do this. Because, wasn't it last year? Cause was it 2 years ago that we were there? No, just last year. It was last year that we were in last May?
No, 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Okay.
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Man, time flies.
I know.
2 years ago we were in Disneyland, and that's when they were doing like the big like the teddy bear in the wallet, and for different attractions, and it was like each month.
Oh yeah, each month was a different attraction.
Like so one was like It's a Small World, and one was like Pirates. One was like
we got
Toy Story,
Haunted Mansion, Space Mountain. It was really cool.
Yeah, but I think you could only get those. Like it was breaking on the social networking stuff, like, oh, this is going to be in the parks, but I don't think you could physically buy it on Shop Disney at all.
And people would pay for that. It's an exclusive item, and I don't want to go on Mercari or eBay and pay $500,
double the prices.
Yeah, double the price for a popcorn bucket or for Mickey Mouse stuffy. Like, I am not paying $200 for a popcorn bucket.
I mean, I want to hear what you guys think, because Janessa and I are kind of torn about this.
Yeah.
The popcorn bucket thing. Because I know a lot of people like to collect them and kind of hold on to them. I personally would not find a use out of those. But I know there's lots of people that would love the stuff from Halloween because they have cool buckets. Or it seems like every other day or every week, the popcorn buckets change.
Yeah, there's always different ones. There's always something going on.
And, I mean, when Janessa and I were there 2 years ago, the big one was the not stupid, I shouldn't say. It was the robot from, not Toy Story, from Star Wars, the little guy that runs around in the Death Star.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was like the gray...
But it was like a box. It looked like a coffin, and everyone was buying it, and this is stupid. Why are you buying a gray box? I mean, I get the character, but...
I mean, between that, it had popcorn. I think it also had chicken nuggets on it too, or chicken strips.
Oh, dang! Okay.
Yeah, so it was like that's why it was so big.
I mean,
everybody. How many people did we pass that had that?
A lot of people bought that, but it's like for me, I do love popcorn buckets and the cool exclusiveness of it. It's hard to like store, and I usually buy stuff for Christmas and Halloween. But if there's something really, really cool that's really, what's the word? Exclusive, I would want to buy that.
Well, it's just like, so last Halloween, right? All of those people were buying the jack-o'-lanterns like left and right. They were flying off. Like, people were selling those like crazy. And they were massive. I mean, they were like life-size pumpkins that sounded like. I mean,
yeah, those are iconic.
And it's just like, if I was in the park, it's like, how do you get that home? Like, I can't put that. You'd have to buy its own suitcase just for that.
Like when me and my husband went, it was back with the Avengers Infinity Stones. And I mean, I don't know how he got it home, but now it's his pen holder at work, and it's iconic, and all of his coworkers love it. But it's just, it's cool. But then when you leave the experience, like, what do you do with it?
Well, it's the same thing. Like, if you think about it, in Star Wars Lands, like all those people that pay like the $200 for that lightsaber. It's like, how do you get that home?
I know.
Like,
it's a cool experience, but
which leads us right into the overall Disney experience, right? So this is the part. This is the part of the video where we're gonna go all the way around. So if you get lost, we apologize. We're just very
passionate
people. So let's talk about the experience. I feel like there's lots of rumors and news of things changing in Disneyland that I don't feel like we need. So for the last one that just came out, I'm talking about the Avatar experience. So don't get it confused that it's not a land, it's an experience. So that could be an attraction, it could be like Tarzan's treehouse.
I don't know.
We don't know what it is.
The verbiage keeps changing, so we don't know. Bob Iger. Okay.
But we just want,
like, why?
It's expensive to go, it's expensive to be there, it's expensive to do anything there, which we all understand. But we just want a good experience for everybody. And it's my hard thing now, because thank you, COVID-19, for making sure that I never want to go anywhere ever again. There's just so many people, like, and the lines are so long, and it's worth the wait to go on certain rides like Pirates or not the Avengers, Guardians, or even
Rise of the Resistance,
or even, so Janessa and I rode the Spider-Man ride for the first time together a couple years ago, and we had a blast. I mean, it was not a great ride. I mean, it was this back and forth for like 10 minutes.
It's exhausting.
But it was fun. Like, it was like, it kind of transported you into a different place. And that's what I expect to going on rides. And seeing some videos and some other people posting about the new Tiana's Adventure. I mean, you saw those videos, Janessa, so what did you think?
Yeah, some of our friends, well, not friends, but other Disney people out there, they're posting pictures of what the construction's looking like for that, and just the comparison of what Splash Mountain looked like to now, and it's just a total dump. It's just depressing, and I hope that they add more vibrancy into it, or else we're all gonna throw a rage quit, I think, because we weren't excited about the change. Some of us were not, but I think if it's going to be downgraded, it's frustrating for us as people that love the ride so much. We don't want it to be a downgrade. We want it to be better and cooler, and it's not.
I mean,
according to the pictures.
According to the pictures, it's not, but even Janessa and I noticed the last time we were on, and just looking at videos today and the last few days, that does it look like to you guys, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but it just seems like it's very fast.
It's way faster than it used to be.
And I get it. It's a log flume, I think is what they classify it as. So it's supposed to be fast. But I mean, some of those, you blink and you're out of that room kind of thing, right?
Yeah, especially when you go down the hill and it's like everyone's crazy. That part, which I get, like the mentality of like, well, everything's going crazy. We're going fast. We're trying to go through. But sometimes, like, my eyes, I'm soaking wet. I'm trying to take off my, the water out of my eyeballs, and then all of a sudden we're out of the room, and we're going up the hill, and I'm like, okay
then.
Like, I wanted to enjoy the space a little bit more, so maybe they'll change that in Tiana's Adventure. Who knows? Because it's gonna hopefully tell a story, but we don't know, and so it's debatable.
stay tuned, I guess. But and our last kind of big point, and like I said, we're gonna go around in circles, and so I really appreciate everybody watching and bearing with us and letting us share our Disney thoughts.
Yeah.
But and it's this last one is kind of a big point on a lot of Disney YouTube channels. Tomorrowland. Let's be honest. It's not called Tomorrowland. It's called Past Land.
Yep.
It's called We Forgot About This Land.
Yeah.
We forgot.
I Don't Care About You Land.
Right.
Yeah. It's trash.
There's no vision over there anymore.
It's depressing when you walk through.
I mean, half the space is just
Empty.
terrible or empty. I mean, you got Space Mountain over in Disneyland.
That's the only good part
But
about
I feel like there's lots of things that needed to be moved, and I understand it costs money to move, but you move a ride, and then people are still coming to your park, you'll make it up in like a week, I promise.
Yeah, you need to move Space Invaders to Pixar Pier or wherever the heck Pixar land
move it over
is.
to Disneyland California Adventure. Also move Star Tours back to Star Wars Land, because it's kind of spacey, and you got C3PO, you got all that. But speaking of Star Tours, there's new videos coming out here in the couple weeks. So if you're there, make sure you check those out.
Oh, they're doing new like experiences?
Yes.
Finally.
Yes. So
that's good.
So those will be cool.
Well, that's an update. I guess that's all that they can do is change the... I don't know. They just need to make it better. Like the big show building where the band plays, like that place is empty. And then the Autopia, like why? I get the vintagey thing and everything.
Yeah, I mean...
But this isn't the 1950s anymore.
No.
We need to change some things.
We need to look at some things. I mean, just like the old track with the whole like race cars that were above in Tomorrowland. I can't remember what that ride was called. Mm-hmm. But I was only there for a couple years. I mean, that track's still there. Like it sits on top of everybody, and it's like, what is the point of this? Mm-hmm. Like lots of wasted space, and it's always so crowded over there because you got all the food spots, you got some shade, you got Space Mountain.
It's
Star
mostly
Tours
eating.
Yeah, it's mostly
Pizza
eating.
Planet and Galactic Grill.
Yep.
Yeah, that's about it. And then those churro carts and popcorn carts.
And the stroller carts.
Yeah. Oh, and the stores there. I mean, at least their store there is good. They're like merch store.
Yeah, there's two, because there's a Star Wars on one side, and then you got Buzz. It's like Toy Story.
I don't even go to that side of the park. Like, when you walk into Tomorrowland, I walk into the right. But I never go to the left by Space Invaders. I always go towards Star Tours.
Well, if you ride Space Invaders, you come out through that shop.
Oh. I've read that ride like one time.
Well, looks like we have to go back now.
I know. That's the other thing. It's just, I don't know. And then the like lightning lane now is just a joke. And the fact that they added it to Pirates, like,
okay.
Why?
Come on, everybody. Pirates is like 30 minutes tops, and it literally takes 15 minutes because it moves so fast.
Yeah, now it's gonna take an hour.
So all we've done is we've taken Lightning Lane and the normal standard lane, and you're just gonna combine them, and you're gonna wait in the same line. Mm-hmm. Except if you paid your $35 a day or whatever it is, you're gonna wait in a shorter line that you can move faster through by maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's really not that big of a difference. And plus, too, like, if you are in a wheelchair or if they, like, cut you in front, like, you don't get that much wait time, or you don't get that exclusive part to your experience, because then you just get bumped into the line, too. So then that adds a whole other thing for those people that are trying to...
Well, it's just like, so
frustrating.
The frustrating part that Janessa and I had when we were there, so you can correct me and see what you thought, but we were riding Star Tours. So we went through the general lane. That day we didn't have Genie Plus or anything like that. Mm-hmm. So the wait time was 25 minutes, if I recall correctly.
We hopped in line because it was so short.
It was so short. So we kind of thing, and then, 45, 50 minutes later, we're still like not even close to getting on to the ride. We're like in that pretty much main room where it has like the weather of all the planets or whatnot.
Yeah, the main showroom. Yeah.
And it was because the lightning lane was just cutting. They were letting everybody through.
Yep.
Which I get, they paid money, so they should get a higher chance to go through. But I'm like, you kind of have to sometimes equal that out, right?
Be like party, 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 party. I don't know.
Like if you say I let 15 people go through here, then I let 15 people go through. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit you. 15 people go through the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, I mean, that was the worst part, is just waiting, and it's like, clearly it would have been 25 minutes if we would have gone back and forth.
Space Mountain's terrible too.
Mm-hmm. Space Mountain, you come in differently, and then it's always like this big like stare down at the end because people are walking this way and they have no idea that like you're waiting over there, and it's like this big like
you just
weird.
See all these lightning lane people, and you're like, it's so awkward. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. They need to make it. I know we pay a lot, but if they want 80% of the people in the park to be paying for lightning lane, I know you guys get a lot of money from that, but it's just like you need to make it harder for people to achieve so that those lines are shorter, because you're just paying to stand in a line.
Well, I mean, even worse. I mean, you pay your $35 and you can't get on a rise.
Exactly.
It
breaks down.
Well, not even it breaks down, or you still have to pay because
It's an additional.
It's an additional. What was it? $10 a person.
They just need to go back to where it was accessible, and you can just. I want to go on it as many times as I want, because some people want to go on Rise 50 times, and they should have the right to do that. Or Guardians of the Galaxy, but you have to do it. You can only do it once a day or something like that, right?
Right. I think you can go once a day, and then it takes it off the list.
It's dumb. I think that's terrible for somebody, especially if you're coming from far away, to fly there, get a hotel, all the food, etc., and you can only ride your favorite ride once.
A day.
That's a joke. That's a joke.
On the lightning lane. The other times you have to stand in the stand-on line, and then you too can look at the lightning lane as it goes by and go,
yeah.
This is so dumb.
Or Radiator Springs 2 hours later. More now, it's probably 4 hours. That line's so long.
And I don't understand, because it's like Toy Story Mania, where it's a continual run.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it seems like these take way too long.
Yeah, I just think there's so many people. It's crazy, which I know they want their money, but you gotta stop being greedy and actually listen to your customers, because you're losing people because people are so frustrated by what you're doing. So you need to listen to us, because
we may have a good idea about how to fix things. Yeah. I shouldn't say fix things, but make
it more enjoyable for the customer. Like, that's all Walt wanted, was for us to enjoy his land and his universe, and people can't enjoy it anymore.
Not without getting a second mortgage.
Exactly. Taking out your life insurance to go, it's just ridiculous.
It's very much so. Me and my wife were looking at prices a few months back about Disneyland or Disney World, right? It's something to say when you can look at just the same price to go to California to Disneyland, or if I go to, it's actually cheaper to go to Disney World, and I'll be flying 1,500 miles. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so it's more of, how is that cheaper when they have a lot more space, a lot more hotels, a lot more different things than going back to California and going to the original Disney, I guess we'll call it that way. Mm-hmm. But I do have to give props. The one thing I will say good in this entire video about Disney is, so last week, or the beginning of March, Soarin' Over California came back.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Yay!
Needs to stay forever.
So I don't know if you saw that, but on that day, they were handing out oranges.
Oh yeah, they always do that.
So it was. I mean, everybody knows that.
Such a celebration. The smell of the oranges.
The smell of the oranges, and it's just.
But that's everyone's. Like, see how people are happy about that? Like, just. I know it's like, ooh, new experience, but seriously, that would make so many people happy when random people can't make it to the park. They finally get there, and it's Soarin' Over California. Mm-hmm. They gotta make it accessible. I mean,
gotta make it accessible. So overall, we're just trying to say that we would like to be able to have Disney more accessible to us. I know we have things like Disney Plus and subscription boxes and stuff like that. But sometimes we want more accessibility of to be able to buy our things that we want, or different things that have coming out. I get it. The Disneyland food changes a lot. It's probably the same thing over in Disney World. But I mean, I don't care as much. I'm not a huge foodie, I guess.
Yeah, we would not be going to the Food and Wine Festival, that's for sure. But if that's your thing, cool.
But I mean, overall, like Janessa said at the beginning, we're very passionate people about Disney and Disneyland and all of kind of the whole universe. And I guess, do you have anything else you'd like to say before we?
No, I think as long as we just need to change something. I think that magic and Disneyland is taken away from.
I don't think the magic's there. Like, I sit there and go,
you don't feel anything when you go there. Like, they just need to change that.
It's more of a business, right? Like, before it was like an experience that they were paving the way. Like, hey, come to Fantasyland where you can see Peter Pan, right? Or you can, not is that Fantasyland?
Fantasyland.
Yeah. Or you can ride the teacups like Alice in Wonderland. Or you can do all these things that you've seen on the screen that kind of made you like bring that joy. I don't think we have that anymore. It's very much, here's a new ride, go ride it, like Rise. It's really cool. There's cool technology, there's cool all that stuff. But even then, I feel like you're kind of just rushed through it because they're trying to get everybody on that line through.
Yep.
And I mean, how many times did they keep yelling at it to keep moving in that huge wall of start in Stormtrooper line? Or when the doors open and all the Stormtroopers.
Yeah, that's like an awakening for some people. Like, it's such a cool experience for those doors to open, and it's like you're in the Death Star.
Right.
Like, let people
sit there.
Imagine, like, let people embrace that moment, because that's something that people are like, okay, oh my gosh, cool, all right, now I have to leave. You can't even see it because you're watching it on your phone,
right? Instead
of the experience. But I do say, like, one of my goals is to try and get to Tokyo, because I've been watching some of my YouTubers going to Tokyo Disney, and that the magic is there. The characters that you've never seen are there. They go, just like in the 50s, they go ride the rides. They go immerse themselves in the experience. Everything is magical and amazing, and if they can do it there, then they can do it here. They need to fix it.
So here's my question for you, Janessa, and I don't think you'll know the answer.
It's okay.
I like this one. How do we bring that magic that's in Tokyo or going to Disneyland when we were younger to our YouTube channel? You at home, you can type in the comments.
Yeah, that's a question we have to keep thinking about, because we need to, if you've got any ideas for us, let us know. We need that magic back in our lives. I think the new things that are coming out aren't there for me. Like, they just don't make me as excited about Disney anymore, and it's frustrating because I love Disney. I love princesses. I love villains. I love Haunted Mansion. I love everything about it, but it's not the same, like, to rewatch things all the time. Like, to have the experience, the Disneyland experience, Disney Park experience, is something that you never forget. And so to bring that into our daily lives, we need just something that we can...
I mean, because you have to think back to, at least for me, and probably some of the viewers at home, like, when you walk under Cinderella's castle, right, into Fantasyland, like, I still get the chills and the memories of, like, when I was young and, like, going to ride the teacups or Peter Pan or Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. It's just, we need to have that magic more in our lives. And so we are going to do our part to keep making Disney videos to make you guys laugh as we open up boxes. And trying to find different ways to interact with you guys at home. But just know that this is not us, like, trying to trash Disney, because that's not the case.
No, we love Disney.
We love Disney.
We want them to do better, because they need to, for the consumer.
We would just like the other generations to have the same joy that we had and not see Disney as a business in a sense. I know it's always been a business, but more of put the business to the back end, behind the curtain, and bring the joy and the excitement to the front.
Yes.
To have people fall in love with Mickey and Minnie and Pooh Bear and whoever, and all the princesses and everybody. Like, it's just more of we just need to make things a little bit better, a little bit more enjoyable for everybody, and to spark that magic and to push it forward another 50, 100 years of people smiling and watching the fireworks and all of that stuff.
Exactly.
So
do better, Disney.
Do better.
We love you, but do better. But it's okay. We are so grateful for you guys following along with our rant and our suggestions. Please like, subscribe, comment. Let's have a conversation down there. If you guys have the same thoughts and feelings, or if you disagree with us, we will gladly debate you. Come on down. Let's have a conversation.
Come on down to the road of comments.
Yes, come on down. Let's chat.
But as we said at the beginning, we really appreciate all of our subscribers, everybody that's commented on any of our videos in the past. We really appreciate all the support. So let's keep doing it. Let's keep rolling with the Disney, and let's keep having fun. Because that's what life's about. It's having fun, talking about Disney, kind of just experiencing all sorts of things. But till the next one, guys.
We'll see you.
We'll see you guys. See you on Instagram or YouTube, wherever we're talking. So, see you guys later.
See ya. Bye. Hiya, pals. Are we supposed to say it together?
Take two.
Well, there you go.
Don't mind me.
I'm like, what are you doing? You're like, I gotta do nothing.
I'm just gonna sit here.
Do nothing. Oh my gosh. We have to at least do the intro.
That's right.
Oh my gosh.
Hiya, pals. Welcome back to Magic with Freak.
Blooper number 2.